Hey everyone, it's Arcadenaut here, and I'm here with another 100 ranked matches video. Actually, I've been working on these concepts non-stop, starting my Tekken 8 rank grind journey with Jun Kazama, and then continuing it with Lars Alexanderson. I still have my footages from Granblue vs Rising Stoat, so I might also go back to that as well, but right now, I'm totally addicted to Tekken 8. And I'm ready to share my experiences with Jun Kazama, starting from the beginner rank to the end of my 100 ranked match. This video might turn into something bit like a Jun matchup guide as well. I will show which moves I use the most and how do you guard against those moves and even how to punish. But as a returning character to Tekken series and Jun Kazama's mother, Jun Kazama is hell of a fun, full of confusing combos and pressure that pro players find her broken. So bask in the glory of Mommy Kazama and get ready for my 100 ranked matches experience. I mentioned this couple of times already, I was never a competitive Tekken player, there was no one around me playing Tekken since I was a child, so I always found myself playing arcade over and over again. And this was like that till maybe Tech Tournament 2 or Tekken 7, but still, I wasn't even competitive back then. My true Tekken rank journey started with Tekken 8, and the only legacy skill and the knowledge that I have is how most of characters work in general or what they are capable of. And I was familiar with Jun since Tekken 2 and Tekken Tournament 1 and 2, however, Tekken 8's Jun Kazama is quite different. Jun, the Serene Warrior, was surprisingly intuitive to pick up. I loved the balance she brought to fight. I loved her Kazama-style karate animations, the elegance in her moves. Basically, I had no difficulties to pick myself a main to play as. Unlike the fleeting rush of a caffeine hit, playing Jun was about finding zen in the heat of battle. A stark contrast to my espresso-filled sessions with Azucena in closed beta. And this time, Jun has her own purification moves that she can use by spending a chunk of her own health. I played Jun during the closed beta, did her combo challenges back then, and I started my journey by doing the same. Practicing some of the fundamental moves of Jun, how to break the opponent's guard with low hits and mix-ups. And starting with beginner rank, and my first opponent Asuka was a mirror to Jun's own fighting style. I would say rather a more aggressive version of Jun's. Asuka always hits hard with her dance of kicks and counters, but my first match ended in a hard-fought victory. This initial win was a beacon of potential, maybe, that is quickly shadowed by subsequent losses to King and Jin. These were quite normal. King is a complete knowledge check character and Jin is more dangerous and accessible than before. So it's crucial to see these matches as lessons in disguise, learning about these matchups, what to do or how to defend against these characters. And at beginner rank, there is no need to be down, no need to make a fuss over your win rate. As I ascended to first Dan and then the second Dan, the completion intensified, with characters like Victor, Nina and Leo challenging me to refine my strategies and adapt to new styles of combat. And of course, the losses were numerous. However, even if you win a match in best of 3, I think it's a huge step. And that's what I mostly tried to do. And out of 19 matches, I had 8 wins and 11 losses when I reached the fighter rank. Powerhouses like Paul and mix-up characters like Lee tested my patience and adaptability, pushing me to refine when to guard and when to start doing my pressure. And maybe pushing me to delve deeper into Jun Kazama's repertoire of moves. And I think around that time, I started to do heat engagers by specific inputs rather than simply pressing the heat button. I think I would advise only to use the heat button to power crush your enemy's hit or combo to stop them. Besides that, I would definitely advise you to learn your heat engager moves in practice mode. In addition to that, I wanted to focus more on Jun's mix-ups that starts with 1-2-2, shifting Jun into her Izumo stance, giving us choices for mix-up. With this stance, you can either activate your heat by pressing 3, or you can break the defense of your standing rival by pressing 4 and 1, or you can just throw your opponent by pressing 2 and 3 at the same time. Even by learning some of the matchups and using the mix-ups efficiently, could help you in your rank journey, or even playing against Jun. Right at the end of fighter rank, I met with another character that I would like to learn in Tekken 8. Yoshimitsu. His unorthodox fighting style, ability to switch stances and unpredictable moves forced me to stay on my toes and rely heavily on Jun's mix-up abilities to find an opening. There are many weird Yoshimitsu players here in Japanese region, and most of my matches still end with a lose. However, against this Yoshi, I was victorious with 2 matches, reaching to the strategist rank in 26 matches with 11 wins and 15 losses. With each promotion, the character variety and the knowledge checks increased, and my strategist matches started with Brian with his brute strength and relentless aggression. Brian is a total test of patience and the correct punishment. I still have difficulties with his Mac kick and snake edge moves, requiring either precise sidestepping, guarding, or quick punishment. And right after my victory against this Brian, I fought against Lars, who is my current main at the moment. But losing a match and then playing against Nina, winning 2 matches of 3, reaching to the combatant rank. My first match was against the brawler rank Leo. Although I was close to winning, Leo's pressure, Leo's wall carry combos were quite solid, and I still have difficulties when fighting against most of the Leo matchups. And just like against Leo, starting with combatant, each and every rank started to show its unique challenges and matchups. Each rank pushed me to learn something better, maybe practice more fluid executions, guarding better, learning about the mix-up moves my rivals have. At least around this rank, I realized that I can keep up against most of the kings. By winning against this king twice, I achieved the brawler rank with 18 wins and 26 losses. I believe I tend to approach this matchup like I fight against Zangief of Street Fighter 6, meaning that you gotta do your own stuff before King does. Using throw against King by not giving King the chance to start its own throw moves, it might sound risky, but it kinda works in that rank and when you mix the throws with your mix-ups. And I opened the gates of brawler rank with Brian and Asuka waiting in line. Brian with its block swing pressure and Asuka, a mirror to Jun's own fighting style but with a more aggressive twist, were the first challenges. Both matchups required to be patient with fast startup moves to end their pressure, and then a solid bread and butter moves to conclude it with a sweet victory. However, my aggressive playstyle tactics didn't work against the brawler rank King and Reina, forcing me to practice against King's throw breaks and the best punishment moves against Reina. I believe my win rate against Reina is better with loss, but when I play as Jun, Reina seems to pose a challenge with her agile and unpredictable fighting style. But funny enough, I don't struggle against Hwoarang matches, although Tekken 8 John BTS is quite efficient with his mix-up moves and has high damage. Maybe it's these Hwoarangs around these ranks exploit their own weak points by overusing their stances rather than waiting for the correct time to attack and to wall carry their opponent. With Hwoarang out of the way with 2 wins, I reached the Ranger rank with 22 wins out of 53 matches. The Ranger rank began with a face-off against Lars Alexanderson, the second character I invested my time in, whose lightning fast moves and dynamic entries are quite confusing and quite merciless if you have no idea about Lars. Don't worry, I will teach you the basics to defend against Lars in my next video, but for the time being, all you need to know is that his most of the silent entry moves are beneficial when he does low hit moves. Since I was interested in Lars and know how to play against him, I secured 2 wins as a strong start in Ranger rank. As my next big opponent, Feng, with his solid fundamentals and punishing counter hits, they are mostly quite fatal and require you to be patient, just like matching up against Brian and Dragunov. The rest of the Ranger matches were Lee, Jun and Reina, and with winning best of 3s with 2 wins and 1 lose, I believe the Ranger rank didn't last long. I quickly reached cavalry rank with 27 wins of 66 matches, and just like 100 rank matches with Eustace Journey, my cavalry experience started quite rough and demotivating. Starting with Azucena, Kuma, Leo, Dragunov, Reina and Xiaoyu, all of my matches of cavalry ended with a lose. Made me question about what I lack, what I should improve and more. This time, rather than practicing against each and every character's punishment, I focused more on bread and butter combos and some of the mix-ups of Jun. So if you ever want to start playing a new character, I would definitely recommend you to learn some of the basic combo starter moves, your power crushes, and how well you can mix these movements to confuse your opponent. Especially starting with warrior rank, your rivals will start to adapt your moves faster than usual. So it's best to keep in mind that a wide range of arsenal of different moves would help you to make your characters feel and also be more efficient. And believe it or not, it actually works. As I was about to reach the last quarter of my 100 rank matches journey, and as well as the final stretch of the cavalry rank, I matched against Claudio. In fact, the very first one of this journey. I found a way to defeat Claudio by exploiting the moment immediately after his starburst activations, using Jun's swift counterattacks and bread and butter combos. Right after that came Asuka and Hwoarang. Although the first match was a close victory, leveraging Jun's mix-up potential to keep Asuka on her toes, the rematch saw Asuka adapting to my strategies, leading to a loss. And this happens quite a lot, even when I play as Lars, meaning that I need to work on my defenses and execution of the moves. I might look a bit obvious than normal players when I try to make my approach. And my match with Hwoarang continued with a win. At that time, I still had difficulties fighting against Victor, so that ended with a lose, but I was about to say farewell to green ranks and became warrior with my 2 wins against Lily. Lily's acrobatics, her mix-up and launch moves can still catch me off guard and become quite unpredictable, but utilizing Jun's Izumo stance for mix-ups and keeping Lily at bay with well-timed heat attacks and rage arts was the key. With that, I secured 2 wins, marking my promotion to warrior rank, and although I was becoming better at Tekken, with the increasing skill range and each rank, I also felt that my growth was not enough, to be honest. Upon reaching warrior rank, out of 79 matches, I had 32 wins and 47 lose. And funny enough, my journey in warrior rank was quite short. Upon entering the warrior rank, I was immediately greeted by a familiar foe, Hwoarang, and this matchup was a stark reminder of the increased skill level in the warrior rank. Despite my previous victories against him, Hwoarang's relentless pressure and improved tactics led to a loss, as next, facing another Jun Kazama, this time of assailant rank, was quite stressful. Whenever I have a mirror match against me, especially in Tekken, I mostly feel like I am the inferior one, as if none of my tactics would work. But on the contrary, it worked more than it should. I secured 2 wins, moving to my next matchup against Kazuya that surprisingly immediately led me to assailant rank. Although I was quite overjoyed with this quick success, I wasn't ready for assailant ranks and against his matchups. Starting with Alisa, Reina and Dragunov, all of my matches ended with lose. With quick promotion came also a quick demotion. And it wasn't just it. Following those, subsequent matches against Lee, Azucena and Jin were challenging and quite difficult to overcome, all ending with losses, backtracking me all the way to the mid-warrior rank. And just like that, again I found myself in practice mode, working on Jun's combos, her executions, and what I could add to my arsenal. However, I was also quite persistent about becoming assailant before I reach 100 matches. And I started my battles against Victor and Asuka, relying mostly on the effectiveness of Jun's mix-ups and use of her heat engagers. My journey to the warrior and back into the assailant ranks was filled with tough players and hard-earned victories that led me to think that I needed more time and experience before moving on. Victories against Victor and Asuka helped me to get promotion match against Reina, and right on my 98th match, I reached the assailant rank once again, concluding my journey with Jun Kazama in assailant rank with 40% win rate at the end. And upon reaching the assailant rank, I started playing with Lars Alexanderson and tried to climb to a higher rank than Jun. I believe I invested more time, more energy, more focus and sweat than Jun. Lars helped me to understand more about the matchups, more about the mix-ups, side steps and much more. However, that is all for another video. As from now on, I don't believe I will see you guys with 100 ranked matches concept, and the reason is, it kinda puts unnecessary pressure on me. I focus more on my win rates, I focus more on climbing the ranks than having fun or sharing my experiences with you guys. So from now on, I think I will set a goal in my mind and play with that character until I reach that, I guess. So if there are any characters you would like to see, you would like me to play, or any concept in your mind, just share it by the comments below. Or just join my Discord channel if you are also looking for somebody to play Tekken 8 with. To be honest, I hope this video, I hope my 100 ranked matches concept motivates you, maybe gives you a simple idea on how to approach Tekken better, or maybe helps you to play against Jun better, I don't know. Maybe just entertained you in some way. I will continue to play as Jun, but as next, I will definitely see you guys with my journey as Lars Alexanderson. As always, thank you for watching today's video. Any humble support through Patreon or YouTube join is really appreciated. And I will see you guys soon. Stay tuned.